Wagwan, good day. I go by the name of Baby Sham, and I got a few things I want to address. Becoming an artist was solely to provide entertainment to the world through my music. Never would I once imagine that I would take on the responsibilities of a country's governing body or parenthood for an entire nation. From where I stand, as someone from the inner city, the ghetto, and a public figure, I have observed where poverty, poor leadership, illiteracy, and lack of opportunities for the Jamaican youths are the top 4 contributors for the country's high crime rate, not the music. Let us take it a bit further. Are we going to slam or blame Netflix, who is one of the world's top streaming platforms, for violent contents in the same breath? Or are we going to remove data from everyone's smartphones and their homes? Come on. Therefore, it begs to ask the question, is audio communication more effective than video communication? If yes, then it is with great honor that I will lobby for myself and my fellow artists, which are my brothers, to take over the government of Jamaica, so we can finally, through our music, bring some order and restoration to the country. Mr. Prime Minister, did your conclusion arrive from study done, or did it arrive from guilt of mismanagement over the years? People who are already prone to violence and have violent behaviors will always trigger by anything that mimics that. Their thought and such, it is easy to conclude that visual or audio is what caused the person to become violent. Not because the conclusion is an easy way out. That means we should use it to mask the real issue at hand, which is poverty, poor leadership from both government and parenting, illiteracy, and lack of communication and opportunities for the youths. An artist is a mirror of society. Whatever society reflects, we tend to reflect it back with music, melodies, and words. If you take away the art from the artist, then you take away the artistry, and then you will have no artist. So please, listen to what the people of the country is really saying, and do the right job, and do the right work. Bless you.
Alright, welcome again everyone, and of course thanks for joining me. And of course you would have just seen Baby Sham and heard his views as it relates to music and crime. And while I must agree that music cannot be blamed solely for crime, I must also point out that the Honorable Prime Minister Andrew Holness did not say that music is to be blamed solely for crime. Crime in Jamaica is mixed up with a lot of things, and also it is so deeply rooted in our society, in our DNA, that it is hard to shake. And I do understand what the Prime Minister is saying, and I do understand what Baby Sham is saying, and the sad thing is that many DJs, many singers, many entertainers, even though they do it for a purpose, and that is basically to get rich of it, they should also see themselves as influencers. And that is one of the things Baby Sham shied away from, and many entertainers kind of do. But you see, when you look at music, the arrangement of music or the delivery, whatever you want to call it, it's a very powerful thing. Because I'm going to give you some examples. When you look in the Bible and David killed Goliath and he and Saul was coming back, you notice that the ladies were singing, David killed this amount and Saul killed this amount. And hearing that angered him. Alright, look at slavery. When the slaves were in the field working to make the work lighter, they sing songs. When you're in a bad mood, you at times listen to a song when you're in a good mood. Oftentimes a song can represent the mood you're in, or a song can put you in a mood, because we all have our songs that either cheer us up, or once we hear it we start dancing. So when you look at it, music is powerful. And when Vybz Kartel in 2010, if my memory serves me correctly, when he did that song about Clarks, by 2011 Clarks Mania hit Jamaica. And when you look at it, the spoken word is very, very, very powerful. And while I'm not talking about movies, as though Mr. Sham pointed out, I'm speaking to the spoken word, because of course he's an entertainer that sings. So when you look at it, if words don't have meaning, we could be singing on a lot of topics. But if you look at it, entertainers choose certain topics to sing on, whether it be shooting, whether it be open up a man's head with a axe, whatever. Violence is what kind of sells or push someone forward. And to arrange your thing creatively with a bit of violence give you a buzz. And if many persons could just hold on to that idea to say, you know what, I'm not really a murderer, but I'm just doing it for entertainment purposes. However, I realize I need to cut back. If we all could say that, I would feel comfortable. But when you have entertainers coming out and saying that parents need to be better parents, remember, if you don't put it out, that child won't have your content to listen to. So this is where at times I think entertainers, arrangers of songs need to come together and say, why should I put more negativity out there? Because he was saying that, where is the research? There are many research out there, many researchers are out there that shows that music not only influence your mood but also your behavior. There is research out there, and you can look it up for yourself, that shows that the type of beat can influence your behavior. So when you look at it, music is powerful. And just to show you how powerful it is, those influencers that are, should I say, huge in the music industries, you realize that these big companies are drawn to them. Look at Shenshi and Pepsi. If her songs didn't have a crowd, or could be able to pull a crowd, do you think Pepsi would approach her? Think about it. So when he's saying that he grew up in the ghetto, yada yada yada, when you look at it, you have to kind of say to yourself, why do I need to add more negativity in the ear? And let's look at one of his songs. I think the title of this song is Possess. I don't remember the title of it, but Possess is, I think that's the name of it. In his song he's saying that what could have possessed a man to kill a woman. But when you really look at what he's saying further down in the song, as what most entertainers are doing and what Andrew Holness is saying, they are glorifying a certain type of lifestyle that they see, that they live. And when you look at it, it might sound positive, the start of the song, but when you have this and when you really look at it and kind of look at the context, a Sherlock me live, and I know certain flex, a Sherlock me live. And we all know, once you've been in Jamaica long enough, you know that Sherlock has a history and him know certain flicks. So he is saying that yes, him know how Sherlock basically operates. And he went on to say in the song, man with thief a phone card can't even send a text. Man would run go him, yeah, man would run go for him tool and him and a man vex. And if a man is going for his tool, obviously that's a weapon. So when you look at it, again, as he said, they sing about things that are basically in society, but I'm saying, why do you want to glorify these behaviors? And when you look at it, he's also saying, where is it? Man no rob poor people and the done no bossy made. Who is the done? And these are some of the things sometimes that we need to look at. Even though you say, okay, the song is positive or him have a one line, but when you look at the totality of the song, the message oftentimes is lost. So when you're looking about it, he's talking about what would possess a man to kill a woman, and then later on he's saying that Sherlock have a certain vibe, and if you do certain things you're liable to talk to the Don. The Don is not probably a legal officer of the law, and of course if you go against the Don's wishes you can get hurt. So when you look at all of that, that is what type of songs are saying. And I've seen personally persons listen to song and trust me, they try to imitate. So when you look at it, when entertainers are coming out and saying that music doesn't have nothing to do, there is research that supports that music has a role in influencing persons' mood and behavior. And of course, crime in Jamaica is much deeper than one agency, than one government, than one entertainer. It is just our lifestyle. To cure this problem called crime, everybody needs to come together. We need to limit certain learned behaviors, because when you have entertainers singing about murder newborn throat and cut them throat, and when you look at it, how often do you want to listen? And that's the thing, you know. Oftentimes we don't really listen to what the song is saying. We just hear a catchy part of the song, or we just hear some lyrical content and we go with it. We don't look at the context. So I'm saying, if you have children in primary school and basic school, how do you think they learn? They learn through repetition. Because up to this very blessed day, I still know the national anthem, and I learned that through constantly repeating it. So imagine singing a song constantly about murder and shooting or a certain type of behavior. It can become practice. Might not be for everybody, but it can in certain cases. So when you look at it, to solve crime, we need to stop pointing fingers. We need to have entertainers saying, you know what, we are responsible. Because when you look at the type of music that is out there, that is popular music, when you look at, let's say, a Chronics to a leading artist, the quality of the songs are just disparaging. So when you look at it, if everybody can come together, political, cultural, musician, everybody, and say, you know what, this is our plan, I am sure no one will have any excuse. Because when you do look at it, even if the government goes and say, you know what, zero tolerance, those same entertainers will say, okay, you know what, you guys want to run this like a dictatorship. Everybody have problem. If you have 20 persons singing about big up X-Man will open up head, big up Green Lantern, when man hide under bed, when you have those type of songs, they are sending the wrong message, and then you have young impressionable minds listening to it, singing it over and over. The persons who are doing it, oh, the artist rate me. So when you do look at it, it is sending message out there, and oftentimes those messages can control a person's mood, how they feel. When a man hear me, him calling a song, I say, okay, man, the man. Alright. So when you look at it, ego starts getting bigger, start feeling more untouchable. So when you look at it, the spoken word is powerful. In the beginning, as the Bible says, was the word. Alright, so when you look at it, Esau and Jacob, what robbed that man from his birthright? His verbal agreement. Him never say nothing. There you go. So when you look at it, words are very powerful. Very, very, very powerful and binding. During slavery, one of the greatest things they tried to do, was to put different tribes on the same plantation. So yes, persons could communicate. But in learning the English language and using it and manipulating it and turning it into patois, we Africans won. And through singing, we could pass on messages to say, okay, this is that, that is that. So over time, you realize the white person say, you know what, no more singing, or you only can sing this song or that song. So right away, you see the meaning of words. When Bob Marley was alive, he was invited to perform at Zimbabwe's independent concert. Why? Because his music inspired the fighters when they were fighting for independence. So when you really look at it, when you have entertainers saying no, you need to have better parenting, we need to step up our argument, man. While the music doesn't put the gun in the hand, it also contributes to the thought pattern, because you can learn from watching, from listening. All of that work together to form a learning package. So if you don't see it, you can listen and say, okay, that's how it works. And while I'm not saying that they are solely to be blamed, everything works together to push an idea forward. And I'm very, very kind of disappointed to hear him say that he does his thing for only entertainment purposes. If it was entertainment purposes, why you sing that long? You could have turned a clown and entertain. But again, music is much more than entertainment. You can make money from it. Yeah, you get endorsements from it, and you realize that from music you are able to launch your own little thing. You notice Baby Sham have on him design a thing. I think that's his own business. So when you look at it, music provide avenues. So if music is providing avenues for you to earn, music provide avenues for persons to escape, music provide avenues for persons to learn, and music provide avenues for a whole lot of things. So it's quite unfortunate that hands and fingers and knees and toes are being pointed at who is doing what. Crime is multifaceted. It's a big thing, and we need a united Jamaica. Not one government, not Bro God, not Baby Sham, not Bounty Killer. We need a united Jamaica to say we are wrong, because when you look at it, I don't remember the verse, but if you're doing something that causes your brother to stumble, look at some of these songs that are being put out there. Honestly, sometimes you listen to them, you're like, wow, you feel like you just killed somebody, or you feel like you catch a STD based off how raw the song is. Come on. And it's just sad to know that that level of maturity isn't there, to see that you are adding a piece to the puzzle. While it's not the entire picture, you're adding a piece. So I'm just simply saying that no one person is wrong, and you have entertainers throwing it out there that politicians give gun to youths and etc. etc. If you have those type of evidence, call names. Put the names out there. Leak those transactions. And there you go, you're going to say, okay, informer for dead. But there goes again. For the police to be effective, they need information. So at the end of the day, people, crime is a big thing, and there is no one simple fix for crime. Music is one avenue, shows are one avenue, the government is one, the police is one, but Jamaica needs to have the vision to say each citizen needs to play their role to solve the issue of crime. It can't be music, can't be politicians only. It needs to be a united thing from pillar to post. So people, I could have gone scripted and make it more flowing, but I'm just talking off the top of my head. And again, thank you for listening. Leave your comments. And of course, if you're just joining, please remember to like, share and subscribe. Let's continue the argument, because we need to have some say in what is happening, and we can't just make because of 2 incidents everybody just say yes, this needs to be done. Crime has been in Jamaica, and the high level of crime has been around from where I've been born, and now I'm on my way down. So remember people, just be good, be safe, and of course, see you next time.